Hey everybody, welcome back to Roman D&D. We are going into Session 6, Episode 5. I appreciate you guys, making it this far. I know sometimes it may not be as entertaining for you as it is us. We love Dungeons & Dragons. We love D&D in general. And
Roleplay.
that roleplay. I love the Gladiator version, of course, as well. Roman era is my favorite. That's what caused us to do this. And we have been doing this now for so long that if you guys are making it this far, you guys are getting a batch of cookies in your mailbox in 6 days. So that may be or may not be true. If you ask me, I'll tell you the truth. But you have to ask me first. Reiss, where did we leave off? I want to hear your perspective on everything. On everything that happened last episode.
I'll just go to the last part of the last episode.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
was sitting with Gallus, speaking with him. He, gave me kind of his story. A little bit. Not all of it.
Who?
Not Gallus. Doctore.
Okay, yeah. I was like, Dallas never gave you a
Yeah,
story.
I wasn't. Yeah, Doctore. I was talking with Doctore at the, near the eating area.
Okay. Eating quarters.
Eating quarters. I don't have that open on the map. I'm on the second map.
I'll change it for you.
So yeah, we were talking. He told me about kind of how he's here. He told me he was like bloodthirsty and shit. It was just I kind of related to, but he doesn't really know about me or all that shit. So
All right. So what you're basically saying is you spoke with Doctor, and he kind of explained his story only because of a simple fact that my rolls were terrible.
yeah,
And you
It
learned
was awesome.
you learned why he is here, and the fact that he's been a gladiator before, and it's because of the fact that he was simply bloodthirsty and never gave the fans a second thought. And you already knew that was simply because of the fact that you rolled really well, when you were in the courtyard, but when you were previously purchasing armor, which you're about to do, that's something we know about. You and Gallus are about to go to the merchant area again to purchase armor. And you know that obviously the crowd's pretty important, and Doctor, he spoke to you and said, "Hey, I'm a Spartan." He revealed that to you,
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, I was just so bloodthirsty. I didn't care about the fans. All I care about was bringing honor to my name, essentially. And I just wanted to kill people as fast as I could. If they gave me a weakness, that's what I did." So, with that being said, Gallus came down and kind of like, "Hey, let's go. We're heading into town." Okay?
Yes, that happened. All right, so
All right. So, yeah, I mean, you get up and you walk over to him, or what?
yeah, we're off like a herd of turtles.
I don't know what that means, but all right. All right. So you get up, you walk over to Dominus, aka Gallus, and Lentulus is there.
Okay, he's there.
But the bodyguard, and
Right, his
you
name.
also see Callias with you now. The
Oh, a
right,
servant.
the servant, who you can assume to be the right hand slave, as he's always been around whenever Gallus is around. Okay, he's always doing stuff for Gallus, and it always seems like Gallus is kind of commanding him around when you're around. Okay, so that's what you assume. You guys head out the front gate and you head down to town. Do you ask him anything, say anything to him on your mile hike to
So anytime
town?
before we get to town.
You have probably 10, 15, 20, 30, 25 minutes, because walking, hell, a fast person, a decently conditioned person takes 6 minutes at least, maximum, to get to town, and Gallus walks. So walking probably takes about 15, 20 minutes, we'll say, for a mile.
Okay, so on our walk, I'll just mention I'll say to him. So, Dominus. Wait, was that the right term?
Like I said, you can refer to me as Dominus in the presence of other Romans. When it's just us, Gallus is fine.
Okay, so Gallus. I've been talking to Melius.
Melius, which one is he?
Melius, the dirty blonde. He's a little bit older.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's the which one is he? I remember his back. I didn't remember why he's here. He's the guy that tried to save some woman, right?
Yeah.
He tried getting raped, and he basically forced to be a servant to what he used to do, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. I remember him. Yeah. What about him?
So how long has he been here? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, he's older. He's probably probably the fourth oldest one of the gladiators. He's probably been here probably 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And
So-
you know him, Melius to still be somewhat unknown, like basically not able to fight for, money, because of Valerius and his attitude when you were fighting. So keep that in mind.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say to Gallus,
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. You guys, you're free to talk.
okay. So Gallus, I've been talking to him lately, and
He's a good gentleman to talk to, indeed. He's pretty sympathetic, and he really loves to hear the stories of other people, and he's got great stories to tell in general.
yeah, I really like the guy, and he's been telling me, he hasn't been fighting in games, he hasn't been earning money, he hasn't.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's not one of the more skilled individuals that I have. I'd probably put him on. Honestly, I'd probably put him on the bottom of the list.
The very bottom?
Not the very bottom, but there's he's near the bottom. Unfortunately, I mean, I know he works his ass off. I hear Doctore sometimes say, hey, put him in this game because it's not so important. But I'm a man that loves to win, and my name has a reputation to maintain. So the last thing I want is someone to look down upon me because I put in a ill-trained gladiator. So I mean, he works hard. I know he does. But I mean that's basically it. He's just not that good. He was simply a merchant, wasn't he? I believe that's what it was.
He was a merchant.
Yeah.
But,
So I mean, he's not. I mean, come on. He doesn't know his way. He doesn't know a way with a sword. And if I don't have the heart to tell him that. Okay. I keep him here mainly just to keep him alive.
If you could just, enter him in like a small, on the side battle,
And and you could tell he's kind of he hates reiterating himself. But you could tell he's he's not frustrated, but he's like, hey, I just kind of said this to you. But he goes, I have a reputation to maintain. I don't want to put someone in a game, and if he loses, I haven't lost in a long time. It's probably been 6 months since I lost.
Even your smaller games?
Even my smaller games, I haven't lost in about 6 months. If it's my gladiator versus another gladiator, that doesn't count. But my smaller games, I mean, I haven't lost in about 6 months, and the last thing I want to do is lose to the House of Metrodora. With that fucking bitch trying to fucking assassinate me every goddamn time he tries to get.
We'll fuck him up for that. That's what I say.
And he kind of looks at you and he says, something you're interested in?
Something I'm very interested in. I'll fuck that house up. Did twice.
And he looks over. You see him look over at Lentulus because you're like kind of following somewhat like maybe a step or two behind. But not on purpose, just because.
Okay, yeah.
See him look over at Lentulus, kind of like, okay. You don't see like his eyes or anything, but you see him like look over at Lentulus.
Okay. When he mentions a house, I just kind of lose focus and be like.
So this guy, I mean, you kind of went to town on the guy, but you looked back at me a couple of times. Why was that?
Yes.
I assumed you to be a kind of a ruthless guy that just kind of keeps going until someone tells you to stop.
I am ruthless. If it weren't,
It didn't seem to be.
Anyone else, I would have kept going.
What
But I knew the guy.
You knew that guy?
I knew him.
How'd you know him? I mean, you don't know him from the House of
He was a
Metrodor.
Germanic, and he was in my tribe.
Oh, okay. he kind of he kind of grins a little bit, and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
How
That is why I looked back at you.
was he above you or
No, he was.
make it up?
He was at the same. No, I know. He was at the same.
Say there's a general that you killed, and you were a lieutenant of like a part of the army.
So we were at the same level. Then I took over, so he was under me, but then I got cast out. So I don't.
Obviously, being cast out meaning you killed your guy. Have you told that story to him?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Didn't I think so.
I know you told it to someone. I don't remember if it was Gallus.
I think I told Gallus.
Either way, we'll pretend you told him. Kind of opening up who you are. So he says, so you killed your general. You've now killed a lieutenant as well, which was on equal status as you. Why would he have gotten cast out?
Why wouldn't he have gotten?
Why did he? What was he like? Did he follow in your footsteps? Was he a part of the fact that you wanted to take over the army, or what?
Wait, whoa. Why did he get cast out?
Yeah, why was he cast out like you? There's a reason he's here.
I was cast out before him. I don't know what became of him. I don't know why he's here. Why he was here.
All right, so, well, do me a favor. Never question me again. If I tell you to fight someone, you go until I tell you to stop. How about that?
Well, I was doing that. I didn't know if you wanted me to stop or keep going.
You know, we're not in the arena here.
That's why
when we're in the arena, you stop until you're. You know, if you disarm someone, you fucking are about to kill someone. Whether it be your foot, your sword, your shield, your hands. You give them a chance to live. You know, they put up 2 fingers. They're requesting mercy. They want to live because they're cowards. They fear death.
Okay.
All right? And sometimes, I know cowards are a harsh word, but sometimes it's the better way out. To fight another day is a great thing when you know that you fucked up because you misjudged a guy. That's a great thing. But don't ever stop fighting in the middle of a town. Only in the arena.
Only the arena stop.
In 2 days, we leave for the arena.
Alright, I will go.
It will take us a week and a half. You'll be well fed. You'll be well cleaned. Everything.
Will I be well trained?
Everything. And like he reiterates that almost like, did you not fucking just hear me? I said everything, okay?
Alright.
It's a week and a half. You know, we're on the northern part of what the Roman Empire is. We are heading to Rome. It's a week and a half travels non-stop.
Fuck shit up.
There have been times where we ran into troubles along the way, but we've never missed the games.
I'm gonna say troubles.
Troubles. People
mean?
on the road, whether it be Metrodora or just random tribes, random people trying to, get their fill of gold. Okay? It doesn't matter. You protect us. You protect who we are. You protect the brotherhood. All right?
Sure. Of course.
I know you're probably not too fond of Valerius. He will be there. He fights in the main games.
Oh, I know.
All right? Some of my most harsh gladiators fight in these games, just because of the fact that they're harsh.
Who's fighting in these games?
There's Valerius.
Of course.
And there's Hasdrubal.
Just him and... Just those 2 and me?
Those 2 and you. I've been requested to provide 3 gladiators for the Emperor's games. The Emperor only requested maybe 3 or 4 houses of all of Roman Empire.
Oh, he's the brother of Mago, right?
Did you say that? Or are you asking me as a DM?
No, I say that.
Yes, he is. Mago is but a fucking piece of shit. I keep him here merely to fuel the fire and Hasdrubal. Someday I'll let Mago go. Maybe do whatever I can to fuel more fire into Hasdrubal. I can see Hasdrubal wants to kill. Mago's here merely just for safety. I know this. I see it in his eyes. Mago doesn't want to be here, but he's here because of his brother and the fact that his brother wants to kill. His brother loves killing. His brother has a bloodlust.
Those are the only 2 going?
It's Valerius, you, and Hasdrubal. You are 3rd on the list. You will fight in the 3rd games. You will fight 3rd in the games. And it's like a 3-day games. So, you're not fighting huge, but you're still fighting in the games.
So it's the 3rd day, really?
No, you're fighting in the first day, 3rd games. There are 3 days of games, so you're not high up. It's obviously an honor to be in the Emperor's games, okay? But in normal games, if you were to fight first, you're a piece of shit, basically. All right? But to be in the Emperor's games is an honor in itself. So you're no, last is the most badass.
So I'm first then.
You're 3rd. You're not the worst of the Emperor's games, but you're considered to be 3rd worst of the Emperor's games.
Okay, and there's...
Does that make sense to you?
So how many are fighting?
There's probably about, we'll say there's 100 gladiators fighting. There's 50 matches.
Oh, so I'm third.
You're third of them all, which isn't good.
Yeah, so I'm not the fucking worst. But
You're not the worst, but you're up there.
But I'm.
And I wanted to let you understand that because of the fact that you're a newly trained gladiator. I think it'd be really weird and awkward for you to be way up there, even though the fact that you slaughtered 2 men.
Yeah.
You know, he sees the potential that you have because of the fact that you cut someone's head off in 2 swipes, and he's seeing you just fucking ruthless. But the fact that you had to look back at him to be ruthless, kind of question him, or you would have been probably ahead of Hasdrubal because of your rolls, because of your rolls.
Those rolls, though.
Those rolls, though, were so good.
So
But yeah, you are third in the games of the Emperor. Okay.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So that's what he says. He says you're third in the games. I know it's not a huge honor, but it's an honor in itself to be a part of the House of Aurelius and fighting in the games of the Emperor. All right. So with that being said, you lose. I'm going to be extremely pissed off. And I can't do more to you than what this guy's going to do to you. I'll let this guy fucking kill you.
If I lose, I will die.
Yeah, you will. I don't care if you beg for mercy. I'll tell him to kill you.
I won't beg for mercy.
You better not. All right. And he
I'm just
says, I've seen you fight with axes. Is that your preferred weapon?
It is.
You train with that from now on.
All right.
All right. Anyone tells you otherwise, you say, ask Dominus. He'll tell you otherwise.
All right.
All right. And he looks you in the face as if that's like a common saying for people that normally get questioned type thing. All right.
Okay.
So to your knowledge, you can use that. Okay.
But I might have to consult Dr. A.
Obviously, it's the only person that will actually accept it for what it is.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna ask him now.
Hurry up. You're about to get to town.
Yeah, so I'm saying. So this armor we're purchasing today, will that be the armor I'm using in these games?
He's going to look at you. Yeah, it is.
All right.
And he says, obviously, you probably have no money, so I'll be purchasing this, and with your winnings, you will pay it back to me. Understandable.
Understandable.
All right. So at this point, he has no idea that you have money.
Oh, he doesn't have no I have money?
He has no idea that you have money, but you can assume, obviously, that the armor is going to be pretty expensive in itself.
I have like 1 gold.
Do you say that to him?
No.
Okay. All right, so you guys get to town. You guys get to the armor shop. People in town are actually, like, literally staring at you.
Oh, because they're...
Everybody you see looks at you when they see you.
Alright, I'm just gonna walk into town like a badass and just look at everyone.
Okay? Roll a d20, actually. We'll see if they actually do notice you. I think that's probably fair.
What?
And
Perception.
And I'll roll a d20.
Just a d20?
You know what? I do have a d20 because I just fucking... I do have to bitch really bad right now. Yeah, what did you roll?
D20 only?
Yeah, just roll a d20 plus your perception.
15.
You know what? You fucking nailed it. You had to beat a 6. So,
Awesome.
yeah, everybody, when you walk into town, you see, like, you're probably about, 100 meters out, 100 yards, a football field out. And people see you coming. You're 6'7". You're a fucking giant.
Yeah.
People know who you are now. They saw you basically slaughter a man with your foot. They see you coming, and they start, like, lining up almost. They don't line up, like, in a line for you, but you see, like, a couple of people start gathering, like, talking about it.
Like, I see that?
Yeah, you see people, like, huddling around the first, you know what? Hold on, here we go.
Like, what exactly do I see?
Hold on, I'm about to show you.
Okay.
I'm about to put this on the map.
Oh, it's on the map.
Alright, so you're heading into town, okay? And the first shop you're going to see is the drink shop, okay? And the herb shop. You see a lot of people huddling around the drink shop and the herb shop, which seems obviously pretty awkward because you saw like quite a few people running from the middle of town to the shops.
Okay.
And you can assume that they're like, oh, hey, I'm coming. Yeah, and when I say that, I mean you.
Yeah.
So, I don't mean that sexually. And, so, yeah, I mean, you're walking in town, you're about a football field out, and You see a whole bunch of people like running around like, hey, this is this guy. That's what you're assuming.
Okay. So we walk into town. I'm just looking like a badass. So I would just be like, look.
Do you say anything? Do you look at anybody? Do you look around? What do you do?
No, I'm not gonna say shit.
I'm just gonna walk with them and like look at them.
All right, so Dr. Roy sees people huddling around, and he says, remember, the crowd's the most important thing.
Oh, I know.
All right, so you guys finally get to town. People are just like in awe of you. There's people staring at you, pointing at you. There's people looking up to you, literally. Almost all of them are looking up to you. They all seem to be of average height. Maybe, women are about 5'4", 5'5" at most. You'll get the occasional woman that's like 5'10", 5'11", something like that.
Okay, so I'll basically.
But men-wise, you see 5'10", 5'11", at most maybe 6'2", maybe.
Okay.
So everyone has to look up to you at least.
Okay, so most of them I will not make eye contact with.
Okay.
Except for a select few, like maybe 2 or 3.
All right.
And I will give them like
the most meanest.
You know what? Let's roll this. Let's see this look. Roll. Do you want to? Okay, time out. Do you want to roll for this look, or do you want to show me this look?
All right. Let
me see how. If you give me a serious good look with no laughter, no smirk, anything, for 4 seconds, I'll let you have the look. If not, you have to roll for it. 4 seconds.
So
you can take the headset off if you want to.
No, I'll leave it on. Fine. So I'll look at
4 seconds.
select individuals.
4 seconds.
4 seconds. Don't fucking say that shit. You make me fucking laugh.
All right, go ahead.
Alright, let me get back into it. Alright, so I'll look at these individuals for like 4 seconds. Like 2, 3 of them, I'll just be like, okay, see if I can get this look down. It's so hard to do when
It's not. Just don't think about it.
Okay, so I'll just.
Do you want to roll for this? Because you know you're going to laugh. 4 seconds.
I'll just be like. No, I have to roll for this shit.
Okay. If you want to try it real quick, if you want to try it one try, go ahead. I'll let you try one try and then roll.
Okay.
Go. Now. Nailed it!
Good?
Fucking nailed it!
Good?
That was good. That counts.
Alright.
Alright, so you look at them, like, pissed off almost.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so these people are like, oh, shit. Like, when you look at them, they like, kind of, like, back up a step or two.
And that's a select few.
Yeah, only 2 or 3 people. The people you look at, you see them back up.
A few for some stories.
What? Few for some stories? Like, so people will tell stories about you kind of thing?
Like,
Okay.
only a few see it, so they can tell stories about it.
Yeah, you see these people back up, and these people will remember you. These people you looked at will remember you. These 2 or 3 people you looked at. All right, so you walk, across town, okay? Let's go back to the map. You walk across town, looking only at a few people. And you walk all the way to the armor shop, and you get to the armor shop. You walk in. There's curtains that cover the outside of the shop, so no one can see you.
Okay.
So you're in the armor shop, and you're enclosed. It's you, the armor smith. Okay. It's Lentulus, Callias, and Gallus.
Okay.
Okay. It is only you guys, and Gallus is like pointing at a couple of armors that look, they look pretty sleek. They look like they can take some damage. They look pretty good. In the eyes of a Roman. What do you say? They're like a red and a dark brown type thing. Like a maroon and a dark brown.
Are they leather? What's the materials?
It appears to be a metal, but you're not entirely sure. Roll a d20. We'll see if you know.
Alright, just a d20 or my perception?
D20 plus your intelligence.
My intelligence, okay.
Pretty good, I know.
Yeah, that's better than my...
Gotta roll 32. 30. What was 28?
14.
28.
It's the same. 14.
Roll 28.
25.
Okay, so yeah, you're looking at this armor. You're not entirely sure. There's really no light inside of the armor smith, so you can't really see any glare coming off of it. So you don't know if it's metal or if it's leather. Okay, you just know it's pretty well made, almost as if it's made for a noble person. Okay. So he points at a couple of them, and the armor smith gets them, brings them down. Do you say anything when he points at them?
Do I see any other heavier looking armors?
D20 plus perception. Go, quick. D20 plus 14.
29.
Yeah, you definitely see a couple of armors around that you feel would be more, more you. Because I'm assuming you like heavy armor with the fact that you're slow.
Yeah.
But you're not entirely sure because of the fact that you don't know too well about the armors that were picked. So you feel that the armors that you see are better, but you're not entirely sure. You're only about maybe 65% sure.
All right, so he gets the armor down, and I'll look at it.
Do you want to point at one when he's picking one, like kind of give your advice or what?
I'll just ask. I'll say, Dominus, what about that armor?
You say that.
Yeah.
All right. Which one do you? Which way do you point? Left or right?
I point to the heaviest looking armor I can find.
Roll a d20, and this
Like the most.
just roll a d20.
Okay.
10 or above is left.
No, 7.
So you point to the right. All right. So you point to the right, and he picked out 3 or 4, and you say, Dominus, how about the one to the right? And he looks over to the right, and he's like, oh. Doesn't really fit the Rowan way, but you know what? Let's try it. How about that? We'll try it. We'll see if you like it. You know what? Put this one on him first. Let him try the ones I've chosen, and then we'll go from there. All right. That's what he says. That's what he says to the armor smith. He doesn't say that to you.
So which one am I trying first?
You are trying the one you chose first.
Okay.
Okay.
I chose a heavy armor.
You think you chose a heavy armor. You don't know the Roman way. You don't know how Roman armor is made.
Okay.
All right. So I want you to go ahead and roll a d20 again.
Just a d20?
Yeah, to see how well this armor actually is, the one you chose.
15.
All right. I'm going to roll. He chose 4 armors, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to roll 4 d20. See if any of them are better. There's one is equal to yours. All right, so you choose one that you feel would be good for you. All right, so you point to the right and you say, Dominus, how about that one? And he looks over at it and he's like, okay, you know what? We'll try that one too. And he points over to his right shoulder and he says, let's try this one as well. Try this one first. Let me see if he likes it. And then we'll go on to the other 4.
Okay, so I tried the one I picked.
No, hold on.
Okay.
So yeah, the armor smith gets down 4 armors, and they're not too high. They're maybe a little bit above, but they stand about your height. Most people again are 5. Most guys are 5'10", 5'11", so they can't reach up as high. But their armors are set up high to be shown off, kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, they get the armors down. They show you kind of what they're about and things like that. And you try on your armor first, and it seems to be pretty well fit. It's about your size, and it seems, you move around in it, and it seems pretty elusive, pretty strong. It seems pretty heavy to you. Okay. Try the second armor, and you could definitely tell it's metal, but it's a very weak metal.
Okay.
All right. So, what do you say?
I say, no, this is not.
And he looks at you and he says, "No, this seems to be, probably in the top 3-4 metals in all of Rome.
This will not do.
Just not you? Is it too small, or is it what?
It feels weak. It feels too light.
Feels too light. All right, get him a different one. Why would you? How dare you give me a weak armor?"
That's awesome.
That's what Gallus says to the armor smith, okay?
All right.
All right, so the second armor you feel almost feels just about as competent, almost as good as the first armor you felt on. Not quite as good. It's hard to tell a difference, okay? Very, very hard to tell a difference. But you're like, it just doesn't feel as comfortable maybe. Yeah. All right, that's how you feel. What do you say to Dominus?
I say, it's too tight. It's too small.
Roll a d20. I'm going to make you start rolling a d20 instead of me just giving a random expression for this.
6.
All right, so what do you say to him?
I would say, it feels too tight, too small.
All right, you heard the man. It's too small. Let's try on the next one. All right, you try on the third pair of armor that Gallus chose.
Okay.
Okay, and it's not, it's not quite as good. Hold on. What was the armor I just explained to you?
Wait, what?
What did I tell you? The armor, it just felt too light, but it was pretty much the same, but just too light.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on
which one?
We're on to we're on to the 12. All right. Yeah, that's the one we're on to. So again, this armor, he puts it on, but there's a lot of exposure points, on your arms, on your legs. Your torso is pretty much for the most part covered, but you feel you're too vulnerable at points. And Gallus doesn't even let you respond. Hold on, let me see if he does. No, he doesn't. He says, you know what? No, there's too many gaps in his armor. Give me the next one. All right, and so the fourth and last armor that Gallus shows comes on. Okay, you try it on, and you're starting to hear like some noise outside. Like you can definitely tell some people are waiting outside for you. It seems like, or for someone. They know someone of noble or someone important is inside here.
All right.
Fourth armor comes on, and it feels almost the exact same as the first one that was put on. Okay.
Is there any differences?
To you, no, but maybe it looks a little bit different.
So it probably looks more Roman.
It definitely looks more Roman to you than the one you chose.
Alright, so I'm going to look to Gallus and I'm going to say, what do you think?
He says, "Oh, you look like a true Roman in that armor."
Is that a good thing?
It's most definitely a good thing if you're wanting to win the crowd.
Alright then.
The crowd is Roman.
Then this
You need to be Roman.
This matches the armor I have selected.
Better than the one that you chose?
Just the same.
The same.
Just the same.
Alright, we'll come back another time, get one that's better. He hands Armor Smith some gold. Roll a d20 to see if you could see how much maybe possibly he gives.
15.
Alright, you see him at least give 15 gold.
Okay, so I say, well,
A bag of gold. You see a bag of gold. You don't know how much is in it, but it's at least 15 gold, you know.
okay, so I say, well, Dominus, I'm sure there's something here we could use.
Oh, the one you're wearing. It seems to be good.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's good. It's paid for. It's done. Okay? You'll pay me back with your winnings.
Yes, I will.
Alright.
How much was this armor?
Armor was...
It's a 15, so it was pretty good armor,
Yeah, you rolled a 15, but you don't know what you had to roll. Even if you rolled one underneath, you don't know what it was.
Fuck, that sucks. Alright, so it might be shitty armor, it might be good armor, it might be...
No, the armor itself is good. It's the same. The armor itself is exactly what you picked out. Alright? How much, you don't know.
How much it's worth?
How much it's exactly worth. You know it's at least worth 15.
Okay.
You don't know how if it's any...
But I don't know how much armor...
You don't know... No, the armor itself is pretty good.
Okay.
I'll tell you how much it's worth when we get to the arena. Okay?
That's all I care about.
So you're wearing the armor, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, and you're heading back. How much time do we have?
Oh, we actually ended right now.
Alright, so cool. That we'll end here in just a second. So yeah, I mean, you got the armor and all that shit. You got some pretty good looking armor on, alright?
Yeah.
And do you say anything, or do you just accept it for what it is with the price? You know it's at least worth 15 gold.
I'll accept it for what it is right now.
Okay. So yeah, Gallus pays the guy, thinks it's for his time. Gallus walks out of the curtains. What do you do?
Do I still have the armor on?
You still have the armor on.
Alright, I walk out with him.
Alright, so Gallus walks out, you walk out behind him, and when you walk out, there is almost every store merchant, standing out there, besides maybe a couple of, except for maybe the jewelers or someone that's maybe not so interested in the, the whole gladiator thing.
Yeah, it's like a jeweler and a bakery.
Yeah. Alright. And these people, they're looking at you, and their mouths are not quite wide open, but they're like, "Wow, who is this guy?" No one knows your name.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you know this because no one said your name. You fought in town. No one knows your name because your name wasn't said. Was it? Was it said? I don't think. He introduced you. He introduced you as Gervas. So some people know your name, but not everyone.
A select few in earshot.
Yeah, so some people know your name, but not everyone in the area knows your name. And they're like, everyone's like, "Whoa, this guy's fucking huge." So your size already has an advantage. But the fact that you're in some armor, that makes you look fucking bad. Roll a d20. We'll see if you look badass. Okay. Roll an 8 or above on a d20.
10.
Yeah, you look fucking good. In this armor, like it fits you almost near perfect, okay? Armor is of Roman colors. People love Rome. And they're like, "Damn, this guy looks fucking good." and no one knows your name, but few people do, and the name starts to spread that you don't know. And you guys start heading back to the Ludus, all right? And do you do anything on your way back to the Ludus? You exit town, and you know people are talking about you. But do you say anything to Dominus or anything like that?
On our way back, like away from people, I'll just say, "Thank you for the armor."
He acknowledges you, and he says, "It costs me 25 gold. You'll pay back with your winnings."
Indeed. Then I'll say,
So you might want to write that note down for yourself.
I owe 25 gold.
You owe 25 gold to Gallus, just so you know. Yeah. So that's what he says to you. Any other questions or anything else you say?
On our way back, I will say. So what houses are fighting in these games?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't entirely know. He's probably one of the most reputable of all across Rome. When the Emperor requests gladiators, it's not just of our area. It's of all of Rome. You're lucky to be of those people with the fact that you're so new.
So he requested me, or you suggested me?
I've suggested you.
Okay.
I choose who fights. All that shit.
For your house?
Yeah. Oh, that was weird. That got really weird, didn't it? What are you doing? Are you sitting there? What is he doing?
What?
Ben doesn't like me because I have too much energy.
Ben is like
energy,
your
that's-
Alright, so yeah. Real quick, let's finish this because we're like 3 seconds away from finishing. Yeah. So yeah, he tells you that, he doesn't know entirely, but some of the most reputable houses from all across Rome are going to be there. And that's where we're going to get off, guys. Guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Check us out next week. Starting on Monday, we'll be bringing you Session 7 of Roman D&D. Reiss, any shout-outs real quick?
Shout out to everyone who watched this channel, Good shit. Keep going.
Yeah, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Like, subscribe, whatever it is. I don't care. I love you all. I'm slightly tipsy. I got to piss really hard. I'll see you next week. Take care. Peace.
Peace.